by promulgating the new law. The Hong Kong Bar Association says that the MPC has undermined Hong Kong SAR's autonomy and has violated Article 18 of the Basic Law in terms of creating laws. Is that the case?
Of course, it's not the case. Because, first of all, enacting national security legislation is always the prerogative of the central government, regardless of whether that particular country practices a unitary type of government or federal type of government. The very fact that we have an opportunity under Article 23 of the Basic Law to enact local legislation on our own is a demonstration of trust from the central government. But that doesn't mean that the central government has given up its central powers. So on this occasion, they will use the central authorities' powers through the National People's Congress Standing Committee to enact the legislation. But at the same time, Hong Kong SAR is still required to enact local legislation in accordance with Basic Law 23. And Basic Law Article 18 says that if laws, national laws, fall into the areas which are not within Hong Kong's autonomy, and national security, like defense, like foreign affairs, are clearly matters belonging to the country. So if national laws are enacted on these subjects and included in the Annex 3 Basic Law, then BL 18 says that they could be applied locally, that is in Hong Kong, either by local legislation or by promulgation. So this time, the decision is to do it by promulgation, because it is almost impossible. As a chief executive, I have to confess, it is almost impossible to have a national security legislation enacted by the local legislative council in the near future.
Who stands to lose more from the revocation of Hong Kong's special status by the U.S.? Hong Kong, Chinese mainland, or the U.S. itself?
No one will win, if I may answer that way. It's just like over the US-China trade wars in the last 2 years or so. Everyone will lose in a trade war. But if somebody wants to wage a trade war, then we should not retreat. We will have to face it. As far as Hong Kong-US relationship is concerned, if you take trade in goods, America enjoyed the largest trade surplus in the world with Hong Kong, which amounts to about 30 billion US dollars a year. In fact, last year came down a bit. It's 26 billion as compared to 2018, it was 30 billion a year, 30 billion surplus. So this was a very good illustration that America lost by waging a trade war, and so the imports and exports all dropped. So in terms of trading goods, we are not worried. In terms of US investment, yes, we have over 1,300 US companies in Hong Kong. Actually, many of them are using Hong Kong's strategic position as their regional headquarters for the Asia-Pacific region and for going into the mainland market. Mainland is a huge market for most foreign companies. And the good thing of operating from Hong Kong is we are by and large nationality neutral. We don't discriminate and we don't favor based on your place of origin. Under CIPA, this closer economic partnership arrangement that Hong Kong has signed with the central government, we give preferential access, equal access to every company, whether their parent company is American, Australian, or Japanese. So again, this is something that will benefit the American businesses, and I have demonstrated that perhaps the Americans need to do a calculation on whose interest is bigger in those figures.